Hey guys, welcome to the Geek. We just saw Scream 2022.
That's right, everybody. I know a lot of people wait for this movie. Does it live up to the hype? Is it a scream of a good time? Stick around, because we're about to find out.
All right, so Scream 2022. This is the 5th movie in the series. The first one came out in 1996, and now we got this one. Who's in it?
All right, man, so they're just trying to hand this off to the next generation, right? So we got Melissa Barrera. She's evidently she's a very famous Mexican actress. Like I don't think I've seen her in too much, but you know, she's pretty famous in Mexico. We got Dylan Minnette. You know, most people who've watched Netflix's 13 Reasons Why know who he is. He's the main character in that. And then we've got Jack Quaid, man. We got some Jack Quaid from The Boys.
Yeah, and of course we have a lot of old favorites from the Scream series returning. Courteney Cox, David Arquette, and Neve Campbell.
Neve Campbell, freaking, and got to tell you, man, love David Arquette in this. Love David Arquette in this show. You know, he just, I mean, Dewey's character has always been kind of just not the best character, but David Arquette makes it good, you know. So.
It's been 26 years for these characters, so... And some of them starting to show their age a little bit, I think.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going on with old Courtney Cox, but yeah, she it looked like she got some tips from Skeletor on how to do.
She seems to have aged the worst.
Well, and I think it's just bad. I think it's just bad plastic surgery, man. I think she tried to go Skeletor on plastic surgery. And
she's like, make me look like this guy. Brought in a Skeletor portrait.
Right. Maybe that's why they made her the killer in this movie. or did they?
So yeah, were you wanting another Scream movie?
Honestly, man, I didn't care, dude. I mean, I enjoyed the original back in '94 when it came out because it was new, right? It was something new and fresh and a fresh take on, you know, just a horror slasher genre. And I enjoyed the kind of whodunit vibe to it and trying to figure out who the killer is. And then especially when it finally you catch it like, oh crap, there's 2 of them. All right, you know, so I definitely enjoyed that. And, you know, but then afterward, you know, it's kind of more of the same, right? It's always just more of the same.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is the first one was really original and it was self-aware of horror movies and all the tropes. And then it kind of surprised you who the villain. And now they keep trying to do something similar. But the problem is there's only like 10 cast members or whatever. And you know the killer is one or two of them. So it's not that hard usually to figure out.
No, exactly. And, you know, and in this, I mean, I think literally within the first 15 minutes of the movie, you called it, and I was right there with you. I was like, "Yep, I think you're right on that." And then we kind of made some other decisions that we came up pretty much like we thought that was going to happen by the end of the movie. And so I really didn't think it was too hard to figure out who the killer was in this one.
I was very disappointed. Like you said, I whispered to you in the first 15 minutes, I think it's this person. I was hoping to be wrong, right? Because like when you're right that early, it kind of like is like, oh, I saw that coming.
Takes the wind out of the movie, man. Yeah.
So you really kind of in a whodunit, you really kind of want to be surprised at the end of the movie, and a lot of that. You know, depends on that.
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah, well, you know, and then, you know, and again, you know, like I said, that, you know, there were just not enough cast members to really give you that, wow, okay, there's like 20, 30 people to choose from here. You know, cool. You know, it's definitely going to be a surprise. I mean, like I said, there's like 10 people, you know, so, okay, well, it's obviously at least one of these people. So, you know, it's just kind of, you know, whittling it down, saying, okay, which one looks like it's probably the most, you know, guilty just based on how everything's playing out right now. And like I said, for the first 15 minutes, it was like, yeah, it's this person.
Yeah, and this movie is also self-aware. And I was, in the first half, I was really digging this movie because, like, it was a pretty decent whodunit. And they were trying to figure it out. And the movie is kind of outlining everything you're picking up on, too, which was kind of cool.
Right, exactly. Well, and the cool thing was, like, well, it's cool and it kind of was bad at the same time. There were so many throwbacks to the first one to the point where even they had the villain acting like the people from the first one. And like, there were just so many comments made. They were like almost the exact same comments from the first one. And, you know, and of course they said it's going to be a requel, right? You know, so you kind of see that coming, but at the same time, I didn't think it was clever. You know, I just didn't think it was very clever in doing that. You know what I mean? It didn't really hit it for me.
Yeah, I mean, the requel term is kind of interesting. I think this is just more of a straight up sequel than, because... Yeah, they're calling it Scream. They're not adding numbers, so I guess that makes it kind of like a reboot in that. But you brought the original characters back, and I don't really see them making more of these with this new cast to be considered kind of a reboot.
I hope not. I hope not. You know, and the thing is, man, so, I mean, quite honestly, I did not like this film. When we left this movie, and I thought it was garbage walking out. And, you know, and I've had time to think about it since then, and, you know, and when you really, okay, so and some of the main points I think that from, number one, where the hell or any of the parents in this, right? These kids are getting freaking murdered and stabbed in the hospital. Nobody's parents are showing up. It's just a bunch of teenagers all showing up to help each other out. No parents are around. The cops, it's supposed to be a small town, right? You got like a death scene going on for like 20 minutes. This dude's stalking people to kill him and stuff. And the cops are nowhere to be found. They always show up late. And in such a small town, it's like, really? Where are these cops at?
That is kind of odd because there is a person that's in the hospital for a good portion of this, and we never see the mom come and visit,
right, yeah, exactly.
even though there's mention of the mother.
Yeah, I mean, you got kids getting killed, and you don't see their parents coming, and they're like, my kid just got killed.
You think they'd be in down after all this.
Right, yeah.
Instead, they're partying.
Throwing parties, yeah.
Which is kind of odd.
Well, just like in the first Scream, right? Same thing. They had the big house party, so it's like, what parents letting their kids throw house parties in the middle of a freaking serial killer going around killing kids, So just, I mean, none of that makes any sense, and it just, but at the same time, it's not meant to. It's meant to just be stupid, non-thinking, freaking, slasher film. And so taking it into that context, I've kind of lightened up on it a little bit to where, I walked out yesterday, it was just crap. Just a crap movie. It was stupid. It sucked. But given the context of thinking back to the first one was very similar in that respect.
Yeah.
And it's just supposed to be mindless slasher film.
I'm sure if you rewatched the first one, you would probably pick up on the same stuff. But
exactly.
the difference is the first one did something different and was the start of the series,
right.
where every other movie after that is just repeating kind of that formula. And that formula was good once, and they've kind of stretched it too far. I think.
Yeah. And especially in this one, they stretched it way too far in this one.
In this movie, you're right, because they even bring up other movies that are pretty deep, like Jordan Peele kind of movies and stuff like that. And they said, this Stab is not one of those type of movies. It's just a slasher. So they're aware that this movie isn't going to like stimulate you like intellectually on any kind of level. So, so I think it wants you to forgive it for its shortcomings.
Exactly. And see, and that's why after we left yesterday, we were both kind of crapping on that. I walked out of the theater like, this is crap. Then the more time I had to think about it, I'm like, okay, you know what? Just like you said, it's meant to be like that, and they even pushed that in the movie, right? That these are just freaking brainless slasher films. Because I mean, this movie is based off of true events from the first one, but they made several movies out of based off books that Courteney Cox's character wrote, right? And so in each one of those, of course, these kids are watching the movies of their ancestors, I guess you would say, right? their generations before them, playing out what happened. And so I mean, it was meant to be mindless. They show that plenty of times in the movie, so I'm giving it more of a pass now, just after I've had time to think about it on that.
But that is the problem as well, is that we have seen better movies come out like that. So when we do see one of these old school slasher type of movies, it does seem pretty dated.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this movie has a lot of, it's kind of interesting because it has a lot of scary movie tropes in it, even though it's the people, the cast are aware of like the history of scary movies and all that. And sometimes they'll even say smart things, and then the very next scene they'll do real dumb things.
Exactly.
Because they'll be like, hey, we shouldn't split up or be alone. Like, haven't you ever seen these movies and stuff? And then the next scene, they're alone by
doing
themselves.
The exact same thing. Yeah, exactly. Well, and another thing that I will not give it a pass for is the way some of the people get killed in this, and by who they got killed by. Because there's a scene where one person gets killed in this that the person that kills him, let's just put it, anybody can kill anybody, right? But when you're killing somebody with knives and you're stabbing knives into somebody's body and ripping out through their body, that takes strength. It takes a lot of strength to be able to do something like that. And the person that, there's a scene where somebody gets killed like they just got ripped apart by Wolverine. And later on, you find when you're, kind of digging into the movie and you see what happened, you're like, nah, no way that person was capable. Most people ain't capable of doing that.
Well, this movie is very unrealistic because the Ghostface guy shows up all over the place, and he's in public areas, and like you would think if this person was there, they'd have to either change in like Spider-Man style into that costume, and like no one sees any of this going on ever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that costume, number one, man, is just so like flowy and big and baggy that it'd be, it'd be, you'd think it'd be harder to maneuver in that thing than what it makes it look like, right? And and especially wearing a mask, right? Because all you do is shake your head the wrong way a little bit, and that's those things, twist and turn and stuff, and you can't see. So, yeah, I don't know, man, but I don't give it a pass on that. Like I said, there is no way in hell that person did that to that person ever. ever. No, just
well, there's some
not
other
gonna
stupid
happen.
scenes where someone's driving to get to someone and they're on the phone with the killer, and then they're like, and the killer's like, "You're not gonna make it," and then the person proceeds to drive faster. I'm like,
Right, yeah.
you just waited till to be informed of that to drive faster. Why weren't you driving as fast as you can from the beginning?
Right, exactly.
They're in a hospital and it's like empty, like no one's there for like the longest time. I mean, it's just
Well, when that's the other thing too, right? So I mean, they move her to her own floor. They only provide her one cop to to guard her. It's like, we know the serial killer's trying to kill you, so we're going to move you to your own floor, but then we're just going to give you one cop. And it's like, huh?
It's a pretty goofy movie in general.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was with it halfway through, but that third act really ruined the movie for me.
First two acts are pretty
I was
decent.
like pretty digging it. Like first, I was like 7 or 8 level, and I was like, man, this is kind of a good whodunit. But then that third act came around and it lost me.
Oh, big time, dude. And even though, and like I said, I mean, even the fact that even though we called that person out in the beginning, like, you know what, I think this person's it. Like I said, it was still a good whodunit because you're still trying to figure out at that point, well, how many are there? Are there going to be multiple? Is it going to be just this person? What's going on? And they left you pretty much hard. It was hard to figure that out for me. I was like, man, this is going to be kind of hard to figure out. And it wasn't until way late in the movie that, I kind of figured that out. I was like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. But like I said, third act was bad, man. Just the way they ended that movie. And,
I mean, it's comically bad. There's a person like shot, stabbed,
dude, that was
and they're
horrible.
just like hanging out at the end. Like, it's like, you just got shot. You should be in an ambulance taken to the hospital. Or something. No one ever calls the police, I think, at any time in this movie.
No, exactly. I even said that. I'm like, why the hell aren't these people ever calling the cops, man?
If this was a small town and kids were getting murdered, you'd think they'd have roving police constantly.
Everywhere.
And like a cop would probably be no more than 5 minutes away if it's a small town.
Exactly. And if these kids are throwing a big house party, bet your ass neighbors going to be like calling the cops, like, hey, man, what the hell's going on? All these freaking kids throwing a house party in the middle of a freaking damn serial killer running around killing everybody. So, yeah, very goofy, but again, so was the first one, right? So, I mean, like I said, I'm giving it more of a pass on that because of the fact that it's just meant to be stupid and mindless. But, yeah, I mean, I really wanted to like this movie. I really did. I really wanted to like it. Like I said, especially in the beginning. I was like, hey, okay, I can make, because I went into it low expectations. And it started out pretty good. And I was like, okay, I like Jack Quaid's character in it. I like the way they kind of played him out, as the boyfriend and all that. Like I said, freaking David Arquette, I loved him, man. I thought he was...
David Arquette probably shines the most.
Oh, absolutely. Like, the acting was not great in this movie. I'll start saying that. Right, Melissa Barrera, her acting just fell super flat with me. I was like, man, just to me, she just wasn't showing enough emotion. There was just something about her acting in this, it was flat for me. I was like, man, I'm not really digging her character here. And but David Arquette, man, that dude was. I mean, he brought it, man. I mean, even Neve Campbell, Courteney Cox, they were kind of. I mean, they were decent, but I mean, of course, they're seasoned.
They were nothing special,
but I mean, David Arquette definitely, brought it on this game or on this movie. And yeah, no, you're right. I mean, as far as acting goes, he was the one who carried it.
So, what do you rate this movie?
Oh man, I gotta tell you, dude. Like walking out, I wanted to give it a 2. Like, I was so upset with it, but like I said, I've taken time to think about it and sit on it for a little bit, so I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give this movie a 4. Because it disappointed the crap out of me at the end, and it was just stupid and mindless. But again, it was meant to be stupid and mindless. So, but but it still doesn't make up for the crap third act, though. Just because it was stupid and mindless didn't make up for the crap third act of it. So I gotta give it a 4, man.
Yeah, I'm going to give this movie a 5. If you're a fan of the series, then you might think this movie's okay, but there's just so many better movies out there than this. Like Knives Out. I mean, I don't know. It's just not that good. And it's not even Halloween time. I could maybe forgive this movie and raise it up. If it's Halloween time, you get in the mood for like more scary movies, especially slashers, mindless. You forgive it more. But, being January, which doesn't even fit like that, it's like, and it's only in theaters. There's just no way I see many people going out in the theaters to see this movie.
I see this movie bombing big time. We've seen a lot of big movies bomb this past couple weeks.
This might have been okay on, a streaming service or something like that.
I mean, we've seen 355 bombed, recently. What's the other
really
one?
only Spider-Man is doing great.
Yeah,
that's it.
Absolutely.
And the Kingsman is doing well, and that is actually a pretty decent movie.
Excellent movie, yeah. Yeah, man. This movie, I have a feeling, is going to be a huge bomb. I do not see it doing well at all. But hey, but I do think the Scream fans out there probably will like it. I think most. Scream fans,
it is a Scream movie,
right?
And it fits
it
within that series, so you know what you're kind of getting into if you're a Scream fan and everything like that. But
exactly.
It doesn't do much more than the first one did.
No.
So
there you go, guys. I mean, if you're a Scream fan and you enjoy the Scream series, all of them, then go check it out. You know, you'll it's just your mindless stabbing.
I would still probably recommend it. Wait till it comes on some streaming service, but
yeah, it's true. But yeah, check it out. If you were a fan of the first one and not a fan of the rest, this one's absolutely going to disappoint you because it's just more of the same, and they don't do a good job of it. You know, like we said, the first act, you know, into the second act, some all right, but then after that, it just falls apart and just goes to crap. So,
what'd you think of the gore in this?
Gore was all right. You know, I mean, you got
I thought it was a perfect level of gore with the stabbing because they didn't shy away, but it's not overly gruesome where you don't want to look really either. So.
Yeah, I thought that was good. You know, I mean, even when that one person gets kind of gutted, you know, I think they did like you said, they definitely didn't put out there like just intestines spewing all over the place. You know, just a good amount of blood laying down and stuff. So yeah, and I agree. I mean, the gore was a good even keel on this, or it wasn't over the top, and it wasn't like, oh, there's only a little bit of blood there, and the dude just got stabbed 30 times.
I do think if you're a young kid and you're not familiar with scary movies and you saw this, you might think it's better than it actually is.
Oh yeah, no,
I can see that.
I can see that too.
Because it does kind of cater to younger kids, I think.
No, it totally does. So. And that's the whole point of this movie, right? They're trying to open it to a new generation. You know, exactly. So I mean, the last one was what, 2014 or something. You know, so we're talking, 6-7 years later. So they're trying to bring the Scream franchise out to a new generation and hoping they can make some more money off of it. Yeah. So, and you can't blame them for doing it. Even if they did a crap job, you still can't blame them for doing it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. They're bringing back a lot of movies, Matrix, and they're not really doing too well, and they're just not good movies.
Yeah, and that was flop too, right? No, yeah, Matrix is a horrible movie. Some people out there disagree with that, but it was a horrible freaking movie.
I don't think. Right. The proof is in the pudding, the numbers.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. And I have a feeling it's gonna be the same way with this movie, but we'll see here in the next couple weeks how well this thing's doing at the box office. But probably won't be so hot. But hey, maybe it'll surprise us, but I doubt it. So.
Be really surprising.
Yeah. All right, guys. So hey, that is another one down for us. Scream 2022. Wasn't cracked up to what the hype for it was, unfortunately, or for us anyway. But if you liked it, let us know. Let us know what you thought about it, whether you liked it or not. Maybe you'll be on our bandwagon here. We can just have some good Scream crapping party together, in the comments. But either way, hey, man, we appreciate you guys watching. And if you like our show, hit like and subscribe, and we will check you in the next review.
See you guys.
Oh, yeah, man. I was trying to figure out who this chick was. And it said she played in The Sandlot, the one that plays the...
Sandlot.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell was she in The Sandlot? And then I remembered she was the hot chick at the freaking... the hot chick that the kid with glasses kissed at the swimming pool. Remember that?
No, man, I don't remember The Sandlot.
The Sandlot? You're fired. What the hell? That's a classic, man.
Yeah, she was in The Sandlot 30 years ago, Josh.
Dude, Sandlot's classic. Babysitter.
Yesterday you said Randy, then you said Dennis. I said Dennis, now you're going back to Randy.
I just want to make double sure.
Double sure.
Double your refreshment, remember that?
Double sure.
double mint gum. Remember that crap, man?
Get your skis shined up, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move. Yeah.
Dude, you know who?
A little scream of a good time.
It's corny as hell, man.
Hey guys. Hey guys, this is Boring.
Look at you, man.
Hey guys, this is Boring Billy, and I'm just Josh, and we saw Scream 2022.
Yeah, all right. Restart that one, Tom. Or these several people here who are talking about that. Let's start all this crap over me. I'm jacked up.
Why you're jacked up?
Yeah, let's start. You didn't ask me about the kid. You didn't ask me about the cast, man.
He's like, I'm forgetting.
As I'm talking, I'm trying to remember the cast. I'm like, shit, man. I'm trying to remember the cast. I'm trying to talk, and I remember it, and I'm like trying to remember names at the same time. I'm like, shit, I can't forget these names.
Okay, who's in this movie? All right, Billy. So this is the 5th movie in series.
Dylan Minnette, Melissa Barrera, Dylan Minnette, and Jack Quaid. All right.
I'll be right back. He's dead.